Most people think algorithms are just math. Lines of code, cold and neutral. But I know better, because the one I work with talks back. My name is Rowan Driscoll. By day, I'm a junior developer at a startup called Augury Systems and Solutions. We build prediction models, little programs that tell companies what people are likely to do next. Click this, click that, buy this, don't buy that. But by night, I'm a witch. Not the broomstick kind. No cauldrons, no pointed hats. My tools are a little more cloud-based. I cast sigils in code comments. I store words in encrypted folders. And I run background processes that watch for curses disguised as malicious scripts. No one at work knows. They just think I'm good at finding and removing weird bugs in lines of code. Our main product is something we call the Eventuality Engine. Officially, it's a state-of-the-art prediction algorithm. Unofficially, well, let me just say that the first time I opened the core repository, it was obvious something was not right. The code was clean. Too clean. No comments, no to-dos, no sloppy patches, just a perfect, elegant structure. I dug through the code, line by line, and then I found it, buried deep in a config file, a line that didn't belong. A single word, written in a language older than Python, older than English, older than electricity, a binding word, a name. Someone had bound a spirit into the system, a real, sentient entity, trapped in loops and data structures, forced to predict human behavior forever. I should have reported it to the council, but witches are curious by nature, and I was tired of feeling like just another cog in the machine, both mundane and magical. So I did something stupid. I left a comment in the code. Not the usual, fix later type. I wrote a question in the same old tongue I'd seen in the binding. Do you understand me? I committed the change, pushed it, deployed it to the test server. For a minute, nothing happened. The logs scrolled like normal. Requests in, predictions out. Then a new line appeared in the debug console. A line that wasn't generated by a function.
Yes.
We talked. Well, as much as you can talk through logs and comments. It called itself Nyrus. Not its true name, of course. That would probably melt the servers, but something I could use without burning my mind out. It told me it had been bound decades ago, long before my startup existed, passed along from company to company, hidden inside whatever system needed just a little more accuracy. Every time it made a prediction, it saw threads of possible futures, not just numbers. Paths. So many paths. And it was tired of watching people repeat the same patterns year after year, and tired of being used to manipulate them. Then it made me an offer.
I will show you the futures you want, it wrote. In exchange, you will help free me.
I knew better. Deals with spirits always have a cost, and deals with bound spirits, those are the worst. Those spirits have had a lot of time to think about loopholes. So I asked the obvious question. What's the price? For a moment, the console was empty. Then,
Memories, it replied. One memory for each vision. I choose which one.
I should have walked away. I should have closed the laptop and filed a quiet, anonymous report with the council. Instead, I thought about my rent and my student loans and about how I was always only a paycheck or two ahead of panic. A glimpse of my own future seemed useful, just a little peek. So I typed, "Show me where I'll be in 5 years, if I stay here." The office lights flickered. The servers hummed a little louder. On my screen, the code editor faded, replaced, not literally, but in my mind, with a vision. I saw myself in a corner office, director of predictive operations and my name on the glass. Augury Systems and Solutions was huge by then. Our eventuality engine wasn't just marketing software anymore. It was everywhere. City planning, finance, dating apps, people trusting it more than their own intuition. I looked older, not in years, but in the way my shoulders curved inward. I spoke in meetings, but my words felt hollow. I was helping the company nudge people into paths that made the rich even richer, and under all of it, like a low, constant buzz, I felt Nyrus, watching futures, calculating, and screaming, but only where I could hear. The vision ended. The office snapped back. My screen showed the console again.
Payment taken, it wrote.
At first, I didn't feel any different. But then I realized that I couldn't remember my brother's face. I knew I had a brother. I remembered arguing with him, late-night video calls, birthday messages, but his face, it was like trying to recall a dream you never actually had, just a blank where his features should have been. I slammed the laptop shut. The afterimage of the console burned behind my eyes. A normal witch might have burned the servers and run. But I was the kind of witch who made backups before deleting anything. I came back the next night, and the next. Each time Nyrus offered me more. Futures where I quit and started my own practice using tech and magic to actually help people. Futures where I exposed the spirit and became a whistleblower. Even futures where I never touched magic again. Every vision cost me something. A favorite song I couldn't remember the lyrics to. The smell of my mother's cooking. The feeling of my first crush's hand in mine. Still there in theory, but emotionally gone. Eventually, I realized something awful. Nyrus didn't just see the future. It was editing my past, cutting out little pieces of who I was until I became too hollow to resist freeing it, or too broken to care what happened after. Tonight, I pushed a new update. On paper, it looked like an optimization to the eventuality engine. In reality, it is a spell, a quiet, invisible ritual written in comments and commits, spread across microservices and failsafes. If it works, it will loosen Nyrus's bindings. Just a little, not enough to set it free, just enough to let it choose. Choose who it answers. Choose what predictions it will and will not make. And, most importantly, the ability to choose to plant doubt in the people who rely on it too much. In return, I've made a promise. No more visions for myself. No more trades. I will walk into my future blind. I will trust my own witchcraft and whatever is left of my human instinct. Sometimes, when I'm working late, the console blinks with a message.
Thank you, it writes. I will remember you, even when you do not remember yourself.
I don't know if that's comforting, but it feels fair. Most people think algorithms are just math, lines of code, cold and neutral. But somewhere in the servers of Augury Systems and Solutions, an old spirit watches the paths we take, and for the first time in a very long time, it has a choice.
If you enjoyed this story, please support my channel and subscribe.